Welcome to Mike Pair Money, and today we're going to walk through Robinhood Legend and specifically focus on the chart widget. Click on the mouse pointer right here and say start from scratch. When it does, it just comes up and it just has a blank screen. And then once I did that, then I said add. So let me just start back again. Let me delete this and you'll see where I got that. So this is what it looks like, and then you can have 6 different widgets that you can choose from. We're going to start with the chart widget. So it's going to be the focus of this tutorial. So as you can see, when it comes up, it just comes with all of these. These are grids, but once you add the chart widget, you can slide it left to right, up and down. You can go from left to right from pulling the left side. And if you go to the end, when the cursor turns into like a double-headed arrows, either up and horizontal or vertically, you can slide it up and down. So what you see on the screen here is top part is the chart. These are candlesticks. You can change the styling there. So you can say if you want candlesticks, you want a line chart, you want bar chart, and there's other chart types. So area, baseline, equal volume, Hakanashi, hollow candles, scatter, and then trends. Right, so for this tutorial I always use candlestick charts. Okay, with your mouse pointer, if you move your mouse on your scroll bar on your mouse, you scroll up or scroll down, it zooms in and zooms out. Again, the orientation of the chart, you can see here at the bottom axis here, which is called the left axis, which is horizontal, left and right. It's based upon time. Down at the bottom, you can see that I have these different intervals: 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 1 year. Year to date, 1 year, 5 years. All right, and then all. And that's based upon the particular ticker that you have shown. This is actually where you put the ticker in at here. If you click there, it'll bring up a search box. So I have Apple selected. Let's change that to Tesla. TSLA, not TASL. So TSLA, select ticker for Tesla. It comes up. If you wanted to link it to the other charts, which this is linked together, I just use the orange linking piece. And if you have multiple setups and you share this linking group, whatever stock you have picked, it will be coordinated across those linking groups. Here you have buy and sell, so you can put on buys and sells right from the chart. You can only do a sell if you own a particular stock or option that you can sell it. So since you don't, if you just hover over there, you'll see where it says you don't own any, you don't have any Teslas available to sell. So only the buy portion is enabled at that point. All right, so I'm gonna go down here, and if you don't like these predefined intervals, you can go here and you can click on the plus, the up or down arrows. Just click on that, and then you can do it by ticks. 1 tick, 44 ticks, 1 second, up all the way up to 1 week. So we're just going to do 1 day for the sake of this. And let's say if I wanted to make my day, just make that a favorite. So have that there. All right. On the far right, this is auto scale. So if I change this down, and if I go back to auto scale, you see it's going to snap it back up and give me most of the things within the chart. So you can play with that if you like auto scaling on or off. If you have auto scaling on, you'll only be able to move chart left to right, and you can shrink or expand based upon this x-axis. However, when you lock the chart, when you do that, it automatically turns auto scale off. But once auto scale is locked, all you can do is just slide from left to right. Okay. Here on the F portion here, just to the left of where we looked at the chart types, you can see here, these are called indicators. So if I click on plus indicator here, you can see there are many different indicators: Bollinger Bands, exponential moving average convergence, MACD, relative strength indicator, simple moving average, volume weighted average. Other indicators, you can just scroll and you can see the other ones that are offered there. So you can specify indicators and add them to your chart. Here, this is that tracks the crosshairs. So any bar that I'm over is going to give the O, H, L, C, and V. O stands for open, H stands for high, L stands for low, C stands for close, and V is the volume for that particular instance. So if I'm here, highlight it, and you look back up to the left, you see 210.67 for the low. Close is 218.86, high is 219.07, low is 210.01, and it traded 93.3 million shares. At the bottom here, these vertical red and blue bars, these are your volume bars. And I was trying to see if there's a way to specify if I can put, say, a histogram over the volume bars, but I haven't found that to work yet over the volume bars. Also, if you're on the chart and you have your crosshairs here, if you scroll to the right and you see this plus button, you can click on that and then it'll offer you the option to buy, stop, or sell limit. If I move it lower, you can see buy, stop, or sell limit. The current price it traded at last was 213.65, which you can see this just the red candle. The red line there. So, well, actually, as I say there, I guess that was a closing price today, or what I'm on a daily. So yes. So that's just a quick overview of how it's laid out. Now let's actually start use some of the drawing tools to be able to mark up your charts. So if you're into technical analysis and you'd like to have certain things added to the chart, you can. So let's just look at what these offer here. So if you click on this is a drawing tool. You can do trend lines, trend channel, rays, extended lines, info line, horizontal ray, vertical line. So let's just walk through those. Trend line, you can just click it, draw it, and you can click on an anchor after you've drawn it, and you can move it around. All right, so that's a trend line. So we're going to delete that one, go to the next one. Trend channel, let's do the same thing. Select a point here, select a point there. If I like that slope, then I click a second time, then I move it down to where I want to put the bottom portion of that channel, and I click it there, and that channel is done. And I can actually, if I wanted to make some modifications to it, I can go in here. If I say hell no, that's fine, I can say done and keep that. If you want to delete something, you click back up on it. It brings up this legend, and you can click the delete box. You can lock it. You can go to settings or advanced. You can change the weight of the lines, and you can actually change the line style. But for now, we're just going to delete. So that's channel, trend channel. If you want a ray is just a line that extends from one point that you click on in the opposite direction until the end of the chart. So that's a ray. Other is extended line, which you can do. It can be from both sides. So where the ray just started from the point where it goes, the length of the chart, both left and right. All right, so let's delete that. Info line, I thought this was interesting. Let's say I draw a trend line decreasing. What it does is it allows you to draw the trend line the same way that the trend line did, but this is an info line. And why they call it an info line is because it gives you information about the stock, I guess, starting price, or how much it had lost by the slope of the line from the start to the finish. And so you can do that, and it shows the 153.87, so it shows a 36% decrease based upon the slope of the line, how many bars that is, and then I guess the degree of the slope as well. So that's info line. So click on that, delete it. All right, next is horizontal line. Just states what it says. If you click on it, and you can slide it up and down. If I wanted to, say if I was drawing a resistance, I can draw a resistance line there. I can draw, say, the next resistance point. I could draw that one. So just some of your discretion. I definitely would probably draw it in between this point, these 2 points here, and this point. Let's say I just say somewhere in the middle to account for all 3 of those. Say I would draw it there. And one thing you notice, it's still allowing me, once I click a line, it's still allowing me to draw other horizontal lines. And the reason for that is if I go back to done, if I click here on this last icon, it says continuous draw. So once you have a line or indicator that you're drawing, if you say continuous draw, to continue drawing multiples of those. If I turn that off, and let's say I go back to horizontal line, see, I draw this horizontal line, but then when I move my cursor again, it doesn't draw another horizontal line because I don't have continuous draw enabled. Then you have horizontal ray, kind of the same point. If you just want to draw it from wherever you specify, then it's to the right. So that's horizontal ray. And then lastly, what was I can end and say done there. And then lastly, vertical line. Same concept, you just move it to where you want. I'll do here, say August 5th on a vertical line. So that's a rundown of all of the drawing tools as it relates to trend lines. The next box is you have shapes. So before I do that, let's delete all drawings. Okay, so say, hey, do I want to delete all drawings? Say yes. So now let's go to rectangle. Say if I saw an area here that looks like it was consolidating within range. So I kind of see one right here. Let's go ahead and draw it. So I can specify how big I want that range to be. So maybe right here is enough. So that's how you can draw a box. Also, if you go back and you select on it again, if you want to draw an oval, you can do that as well. So if you wanted to highlight this particular area, you draw and you click, and then once you click the second time, you move your mouse left, right, and then you can expand to make the circle bigger, smaller, or what have you. All right. So that takes care of the shapes. Next is advanced. In advanced, you have Fibonacci retracements, Fibonacci extensions, Fibonacci time extensions. So if I wanted to do a Fibonacci extension, I can start here from the bottom. I can go to the top, and you can see that it's going from 0% to 1%. So that just represents 100%. That's how fibs work. And if I wanted to reverse it, I can just go here and put the 0 down at the bottom, come here and specify the top. So, and you can see that the fib retracements that it has highlighted here, and these are configurable, it has the 61.8%, the 50%, and then the 38.2%. All right, that's fib retracements, fib extensions. Let's do it as well. Kind of the same concept, but you can go further out than that. So you can see here it's kind of like the same that I had with the fib retracements. However, you can see above that it's still colored below. So if I were to drop this down and go even further, you can see the fib retracements go all the way up to 400% or more. All right, that's the fib retracements. Chart's getting a little busy. Let's delete everything again. Let's continue on. So that's fib retracements, fib extensions. Then you got Fibonacci time extensions. And so here I can look and I can say Fibonacci time extensions, and what it does, you can just see how far in different ranges that the time extension. So it's like a fib retracement, but it's just oriented in a vertical orientation or vertical fashion. That's fib extensions. I haven't really used fib extensions before, so really can't speak to those much, but it's a tool there. All right, let's delete all drawings again. All right, then you have date time range. This is useful when you want to say, hey, if you're looking at, so it does it vertically and horizontally. So from the peak to the trough, you can see that's 49%. And then vertically, that it took there from that point here in the upper left-hand corner to here in the bottom right. That took in terms of the number of times on the x-axis. That's 230 bars. We're on a daily chart, so you can see that represents 333 days or 10 months. Right? And then next, let's delete that. Next from there, you have date range, and it's just these. So this was a composite tool, and this one just does it horizontally. I'm sorry, and then vertically. So date range, you can see you just go from left to right, and it just measures the bars, and you can specify. And then if you leave that, and then you do price range. So if I say price range from here to here, I can see that represented, 121%. All right, so let's delete those. So that covers advanced. Next, you have annotations. Excuse me. So you have call out, price label, text, arrow, highlighter, path, and pencil. Let's go through each one. If I want to call something out, I can specify, I can type it. So let's do that. So say if I wanted to say specifically, I call out this area here, I can readjust it and then say, what was that amount? And I'm trying to see, there we go. So I can type in it. This is a call out. All right. And more info to come. All right. So you can annotate your chart with the call out. Next thing is a price label. If you want to specify a price label here, you can add a price label. So if I want to add a price label right here, and you can see that's 312.54. You can leave that. You can put text in if you just want to put text. This is text, and you can move it around. Once you draw it, you can move it to wherever you want it. From there, get down to an arrow. If I wanted to highlight kind of at a point, I can just draw an arrow there and specify. So that's an arrow. Next, you have highlighter. So if I wanted to highlight a particular area, I can kind of throw a little area on, and it's kind of faint. So what you can do here is go up to your weight tool for your line, and I can draw that around more. Say I want it width of 5, but you can see it's kind of opaque. But if I wanted to make it darker, I could, and I can actually change the color. So let's say if I wanted to make that white to make it more stand out more, I can do that, and then I can fade it in and fade it out. So that's your highlighter. You have a path. So if I wanted to draw, say, the nature of how this stock has performed, kind of peaks and valleys, I can do a path piece and just keep clicking, moving the mouse and clicking, creating an anchor point as I go through those. That's the path tool. When I finish, I can just hit escape and go out. And then the last one is the pencil. So let's say I wanted to just draw something, a circle. So it's just like a more of a free form thing that you could do with the pencil. So that covers annotations. All right, let's delete everything again. All right, delete all drawings. Okay, and so you can see here, and I may actually, let's see. Okay, so that's just on that one. I was trying to see, was it reflective on all the different charts when it said delete all drawings. I still believe that's just related to all the drawings on this particular chart. And then lastly, you have continuous draw. Kind of showed that earlier. Any tool that you have specified, if you have continuous draw on, you can just continue to go, and it is still draw after you've completed that one. So continue draw on, and go back here so I can do another trend line. So let's say I want to do another trend line here. If I want to do a descending trend line, I don't have to go and keep re-engaging the tool. It just continues locking in until I go back up to here and unselect the continuous draw. Now continuous draw is off, so it won't continue drawing the last tool that I used. You got snap to data. So here, let's say if I enable that, it's enabled now. And if you can see here, if I just take a endpoint of one of these areas, if I move it, it's going to snap it to a different area. And if I took that off, then I have more granular control. But if I wanted to snap it to a point on a particular candle, I can do that. All right. Then you have hide all drawings. If I don't want to delete the drawings, but I just want to be able to hide everything, I can say hide everything, but all of the drawings that I have on there, they're still available. I just have to show them. So it's a toggle for show and hide. And we've seen this. If I want to delete all Tesla drawings, I could do that. I can say drawing on Teslas will be deleted, but all other drawings will stay on this chart. So I can do that. Or the ones I was showing before, I have to draw something again to get that option available again. If I go here and click on it and say delete all drawings on this chart will be deleted. So if I want to delete everything on the chart, I can. So this takes you through a run through of all of the options and how to use the charting widget, on Robinhood Legend. If you have some specific questions or some ideas about different tutorials as it relates to Robinhood Legend, reach out to me in the comment section. Also, please subscribe and hit that bell notification. It helps me out in terms of the YouTube algorithm. I would appreciate it. And lastly, share this information with others that you think it can benefit in terms of this tool. And if there's a desire or if it's a demand for it, I can start showing you how to go through and do some of the technical analysis. If you like a deeper dive on some technical analysis, I offer a course, and so I'll leave a description in the link below to that. If you just want to just go through some of the basics, and have a course entitled Learn to Buy Stocks in 30 Minutes, and it's a high level overview, so you can look into that as well. And additionally, I do some personal finance training, and I have some videos and things available. So you can reach out to me, ping me in the comments, and I can either DM you or contact you. So, but you can always reach me on MikePairMoney.com. That's MikePair.com. So again, thank you for your time, and happy charting and trading.